Good morning, everybody. Happy week before Christmas. It is literally Friday morning, the 22nd, I believe, when I am filming this video. It's the same day you guys are going to see it. And we are officially 3 days until Christmas. So I hope you are ready. I thought it would be fun to be festive in today's video with some fire, because I don't have a real fireplace, and my Christmas tree. So hope you enjoy that. I did leave the crackling of the fire, the volume on. You hear that? Because I thought it might be a little bit fun and festive. So I have a lot of stuff to catch you guys up on, a lot of changes that are going on within my Mounjaro journey. And then I have a study that I want to talk to you guys about. This is not the Mounjaro versus Wegovy study that I mentioned. I'm still going to make a whole separate video on that because that's a lot to unpack. But this is another one that I came across. So we're going to talk about that. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Start with my changes. So as most of you know, I have been on Mounjaro for over a year. I just posted my 1 year update and how much weight I'd lost and all that. If you haven't checked out that video, you can below. But I've been on taking bi-weekly shots since August. I took like July off. I didn't take any shots at all. Again, you probably know that already. And then I went back on it bi-weekly in August. Now I started back at the dosage that I was at when I left off at, which was 12.5 milligrams. And that has been going great. However, this last month or so, I have noticed that I'm still losing weight, and that is not necessarily what I'm going for anymore at this point. I kind of want to, maintain. It's supposed to have been a maintenance journey over the past couple of months since August. However, when I started back on Mounjaro in August, after taking that month off, I weighed 184 pounds. And this morning when I weighed in, I weighed 169.8. So I've lost another like 15 pounds since starting on biweekly injections. So the maintenance part of it obviously is not really going well. So and yes, I know technically I could still lose another probably 10. We don't want an ad, please. Apparently I'm gonna have to skip the ads when they come up. Who puts ads in a 4-hour fireplace thing? I guess somebody that wants to make money. Anyway, so the maintenance part of it obviously is just not working. And so many times I've made videos talking about how I'm still losing weight, yada, yada. And people have been like, well, why don't you decrease your dosage or whatever? So this week, I messaged my doctor in, my doctor's office has a really great app that they use to get you in touch with your doctor. And the actual doctor, at least for me, most of the time messages me back. Like, it's not his nurse. My doctor is phenomenal and so great about keeping in touch with his patients. So I shot him a message on Monday morning asking him, just kind of telling him what had been going on and what he thought about me decreasing my dosage. And so we had this whole back and forth all week. He kind of thought that decreasing it too much might not be a good thing, obviously. And so essentially what we came to and what we decided is that I am going to decrease to 10 milligrams. So this is my brand new 10 milligram box. I just got it yesterday, and I take my first one tonight. So I'm going down from 12.5 to 10 milligrams, hoping that this allows me to maintain my weight loss and not necessarily lose any more. And that's the train of thought I was on before the ad interrupted me. I know that, like, theoretically, I think I could lose like 10 more pounds. I'm still considered like 10 pounds overweight, but that's just not really something that I personally want to do. So I'm decreasing to the 10 milligram. The one concern that he did have is that since I'm on biweekly injections, it might make me a lot more hungry towards the end of the 2-week cycle than I was previously. Now, I think I've been pretty honest with you guys and told you that I've always been pretty hungry since starting the biweekly injections. The last like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday before I do my shot Friday night, I'm always more hungry. I've always had more of an appetite, but it's not been anything that I can't handle. So if it does become something that I can't handle, then that is something that we will readdress. I have phentermine if I needed to take that. I sort of have that in my arsenal. I have a whole bottle of it. So if that's something that if, like, I'm super hungry one day and I just can't control it, then I could take that. But however, I kind of just feel like at this point, my body is used to the amount of food that I give it. It's been over a year now, right? So my body, I think, is just kind of getting used to the fact that I only eat this amount of food. And I think that if I ate significantly more, I would regret it. Like my body would be like, girl, what you doing? Okay, so that's my main update. I'm going down to 10 milligrams. I'm actually really excited about it because, again, I don't want to lose any more weight. And I'm wondering if this is going to decrease the amount of symptoms that I have on the first couple of days. I'm always like really tired, really full feeling, sometimes nauseous the first couple of days after the shot. So I'm wondering if this will decrease that as well, since it's a lower dosage. So I'm pretty excited about that. So we're gonna see how that goes. I will keep you guys updated, of course, on any changes and side effects or whatever. Now, I wanna talk about this study, but first I'm gonna pause and go put my Mounjaro back in the refrigerator because I don't know, I don't want it to be out forever, So the other day I was Googling away something totally random. I think that my algorithm just really likes me to read articles on Mounjaro because on the actual Google homepage, the first article that was recommended to me was a New York Times article entitled "How Much Weight Comes Back After You Stop Using a Weight Loss Drug." And the subtext of it was a new study on tirzepatide gives an early indication. So this is something that a lot of people have been wondering about, like, can you go off of it and maintain your weight loss? Or is it something that obese people are going to have to be on forever to be treated as a disease, right? So this study finally sheds some light on it, and I found it so interesting, and I just wanted to share it with you. So essentially, the Eli Lilly, who is the maker of Mounjaro and now Zepbound, has been doing this study for the past year or so on this product. Pretty much since they started trying to get tirzepatide approved for weight loss, they've been doing this study. So what they did was they took 100 people and everybody got Mounjaro for the first 3 months. So this was a 9-month study. So for the first 3 months, they gave everybody Mounjaro and monitored their weight loss. They checked in. They also were put in touch with healthy, like a food counselor or whatever. So learning ways to eat healthily and make good choices and all of that. They were all obese individuals. And the first 3 months, the average weight loss in the group of 100 was 15% of your body weight, which is absolutely amazing, right? So after that first 3 months, they took the 100 people and they split them in half. So 50 of the people stayed on Mounjaro and the other 50 went off of Mounjaro. And it was not like they weren't given a placebo, like they knew they were off of Mounjaro because they wanted it to be like a real world study, like what would happen in the real world if I went off Mounjaro or you went off Mounjaro, whatever. So then they monitored them for the next 6 months after stopping, after half stopping and half continuing. The half that continued taking Mounjaro, I'm gonna make sure I get these numbers right before I tell you anything. Okay, so the half of the test group that continued on Mounjaro for the next 6 months lost an additional 4 to 6% of their body weight. So now that group is up to losing 21% of their body weight, which again is just amazing. The other half that went off of Mounjaro over the next 6 months, even though they continued with their diet nutritionist counselor. They kept up with that. They kept their meetings. The only thing that they changed was the Mounjaro. Those people gained back 6% of the average 15% that they had lost. So Eli Lilly released this study and the New York Times published this article on it. I will link this article below so that you can go check it out if you want to. But they also got a lot of opinions on it from highly decorated doctors and stuff. And most of them said in this article, in the conversations they had with Eli Lilly, that they're not surprised because the world is moving more towards treating obesity like it is a disease, like it's heart disease or it's diabetes or it's whatever you may have, fibromyalgia, whatever you may have. The world is finally coming around to the fact that people necessarily aren't just lazy and not wanting to be healthy and not wanting to eat right or whatever, and that there are a large group of us in the world that struggle no matter what we do, that just cannot lose the weight, and no matter what, and we need help. We need tools to help us to make the right decisions to get healthier. So most of the doctors were saying that they are not surprised by the findings, that they are under the impression that people that they put on Mounjaro, if they want to keep the weight off for the entirety of their life, that it is a chronic medication, it's a chronic disease that they are going to have to be treated with. And I know that people have been saying this for a very long time. I've said it, a lot of you in my comments have come out and said that you think that it's something that a long-term deal. But I think it's nice to actually have a study to prove that. Now, am I saying that you can't go off Mounjaro and maintain your weight loss? Of course not. I'm saying that the vast majority are not going to be able to, go off your medication. You don't have high blood pressure and go off your medication and are cured, right? Like you have to keep taking your high blood pressure medication or whatever the disease may be. Obesity is a disease, and it is something that we are going to have to treat that way. And I am so proud of the community that is being built around Mounjaro and Wegovy and Ozempic, finally coming around to and treating obesity in a kind, respectful manner and trying to find a solution for it to keep us all healthier, right? I feel like the science world and the medical world is really making strides towards improving the way we look at diabetes, or look at Mounjaro, but also look at obesity and finding a way to treat it. So that doesn't change anything about what I'm doing, because I'm going to continue being on Mounjaro. I guess right now I'm just trying to find a dose where I will maintain my weight loss and not lose anymore and not gain. So that's sort of where I'm at with that. But yeah, let me know what you think about that down below. I found it interesting. While I know they didn't gain all of the weight back, if you would have even taken out the weight loss counselor, I would assume that they would have also gained back a lot more weight because of that, because they aren't being treated and they don't have anybody to check into and all that. That's another huge tool for anybody that is overweight, is having somebody that you have to answer to. That's why in diets, they recommend dieting with a partner or a friend, a sister, your mother, whatever, so that you have somebody that you are held accountable to, and you're more likely as a human to follow through on what you said you're going to do if you're being held accountable for it. Whereas if you're just trying to do it by yourself, you don't have to answer to anybody, so you can do what you want. Like, it's like that in all aspects, gambling, drinking, whatever. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit. Again, I will link the article below if you wanted to go and check it out and read it for yourself. The full article, New York Times is a little bit iffy on if they decide to let you read the full article or not. Sometimes they're like, you have to pay. And then the next time you go on there, they're like, oh, here, have this article for free, whatever. So I'll link it below. Hopefully you're able to read it if you want to. Another thing that I wanted to touch on very quickly before the end of this video is my channel. So I've been doing a lot of thinking, and there's just a lot of stuff that I want to share that I don't feel like fits into my homemaking channel, or, my homemaking channel is mostly like grocery tips and hauls and kitchen stuff, related around the kitchen is mostly what that channel is. Pantry cleanouts and storage and budgeting for groceries and all that. Meal ideas, low cost meal ideas, whatever. But this channel, there are a lot of stuff that I would like to share. So I want to get your opinion on it. If you feel like that'd be something you'd be interested in, like things that I as a woman would want to share, like what I got for Christmas, or, I found I've been working on hair care, a really cool way to do overnight curls. I've been doing my own stuff like that. Like, I've been doing my own nails, stuff like that. Like I want to be able to share more like womanly stuff that doesn't fit into my homemaking channel. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. If it's something that like nobody thinks they would watch, then I guess I won't share it. But I don't know. I want to continue this channel beyond just Mounjaro. Although, you know, we're going to continue that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Evolve it some more. So that is it. I hope that you guys have a great Christmas. I am going to do the Ozempic versus Mounjaro study video that I was telling you about. I just need to find the time. That's going to be a longer video, I feel like, because it's a lot packed into that study, like I was saying. So I need to find the time to sit down and like really film like a 30-minute video. I feel like it's going to be long. And right now my kids are home from school for Christmas. They're all upstairs right now being good for the moment, but would they be good for 30 minutes? Probably not. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I hope that you guys have a great Christmas and a happy new year. And I will see you very soon. I'm hoping to get another video out next week, maybe talking about how the 10 milligram went and maybe that study video. So stay tuned for that. If not, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you soon. If not now, in 2024. Have a great day, guys.